afternoon, Sarvesh. Your name is Sarvesh, na?
Yes, my name is Sarvesh.
So good afternoon, Sarvesh. And how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking me. What about you?
I'm also great. Thanks for asking too. Okay, let's start with introduction.
First, okay. So first of all, thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to talk about myself. As you know, my name is Sarvesh Kumar, and I'm from Uttar Pradesh. And if I talk about my qualification, so I have done my graduation, and after that I did law. So currently I'm preparing for government job. As well, I'm learning English language. And if I talk about my hobbies, so my hobbies are listening to music, playing cricket, reading books, and I have a new hobby, just talking to people like you. So like talking to people in English language, and that's all about me.
It's great to hear you are preparing a government service and as well as you are learning this language or and uh, you like to play cricket.
Yeah, I like, oh my god, I was a striker when I was doing my graduation, so that time I used to play cricket whole day, entire day, just because I was a striker. And you can say I was habitual, whole day without having meal.
Okay. Okay, so what kind of preparation are you doing? Like which sub job do you want?
I'm a lawyer, so I want to be a government lawyer. So that's why I'm preparing for government lawyer as well. I'm learning English language. Maybe because of English language, I can do better in my life.
Mm, that's
Mm.
that, that's good. Like if we have if we have the great command on the communication in English, so it will be good for everyone because it is the everyone wants to speak in English language. Because of the English language, people feel like that they are literate, and they give the target also to other person. So, if I ask you, like, how long have you been this Skype and what means how many sessions do you take daily?
If I talk about my journey, so I'm going to tell you my journey in English language. So I have spent here over the 1 year, and if I talk about the Skype group, so there I have spent more than 8 months, near about 10 months or 9 months, like this. You can see near about. And if I talk about my experience, so it was quite rare for me because earlier I didn't know how to speak language when I started. You can see before starting my English journey. And but when met my first conversation, so that time I got fumble, and I got depressed. You can say I got sweeter just because I didn't know. And after like, you can say I had spoken more than 3 or 4 subjects. After that I got stuck, and just I was fumbling so much. And but gradually and slowly, when after 2 or 3 months, when I get a little bit knowledge about English language, then I started talking to people like this.
Okay, so how many sessions do you take in a day?
More than 2 or 3 sessions like this. Yeah, more than over the 2 or 3. Some days I take 1, 2 like this. Depend
It,
on my time.
it depends on time. Around approximately you practice of the speaking around 1 hour.
Yes, you're absolutely 1 hour, some days 2 hours like this, just because of my communication skill. And I want to speak. I want to improve my English language within a month at any cost, because I don't have much time. I'm about to 25 years old boy, and I don't have any job. And even though I'm suffering a lot just because of my job, still I'm taking money from my parents. So I think this is not good for me. So what can I do, because I don't have any job, and they are supporting me. So this is good for me because they are good. They are my good family. So I like them.
Hmm. So you live separately from your
Yeah,
family.
still I'm living in city area, Prayagraj city, Allahabad. And my whole family members, they are living in village area, just because my father is a farmer. So he's doing great job nowadays just because he's supporting me.
Hmm. So they are also living in the Prayagraj.
Yeah, my native place is Prayagraj.
Okay,
But
so
I'm
they
totally villagers.
are living in city. Okay.
But I'm totally villagers, I'm totally, and if I talk about my journey, so it was quite rare, when I was child. So that time I used to listen English, like news, like transistor, where people almost they used to like listen like news in evening time. So like 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Then I used to listen with my grandfather, just because his attitude. So and but I wanted, but I couldn't speak. I didn't try to speak earlier. So that's why it was my fault.
Okay, so now you have the good fluency. I can hear like your fluency is good. So what did you do to get this fluency?
If I talk about earlier, I mentioned I used to read English books like this. I have a lot of books, so I used to read Atomic Habit.
Mm. So this book is good for the beginner.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. If you want, so you can read like a kid book. Like otherwise, you can read like this book because read by reading you can learn a lot of things like advanced structure, advanced vocab. So maybe you can use while having conversation right now. If you have like if you have remember, so now you can use while having conversation with anyone. Then you can remember whole life like this. If I talk about me, so nowadays I'm learning more than two grammar like structure as well like idioms like this.
Okay, so
Hmm.
you love to reading. Yeah, you love reading. So what kind of book you are reading? Like Atomic Habit, you have done. You have read the
No,
whole book
just I started before 1 week. Sorry.
for 1 week. Okay. So how many pages do you read daily?
More than 2 pages.
More than 2 pages. So is there a story or what is this in this book?
You can say like inspirational quotes, or you can say inspirational thing. So like you can if you are thinking that like if you are losing your hope, so you can read like this book, then you will find a lot of things. This is not good. You should do work on your like your physical body and mental body. How can you get money easy way like this.
Okay. So it is kind of motivational book.
Yeah, like law of attraction. How can you manifest anything? Like if you are thinking that about your job, about your like car or any type of thing, so you can think or like a whole not whole day. After I waking in since morning, just you can pray God and just memorize in your mind whatever you wanted, like whatever you want in your life to do. Then you can just manifest. Just think about your thing, whatever you wanted once.
Okay. So how much is it for?
Sorry,
How much is it for? You have
cost
purchased this book, so how much is it for?
250.
250.
Hmm.
Okay, but it is the thick book. I can see.
Yeah, so what? Yeah, but it's not much expensive. You can purchase just 250 rupees.
Okay, so tell me something about your Blaze experience. Like your father is farmer. So what kind of crop do you grow in your field? And yes, and in
Now that yeah, now that if I talk about before 1 month, people they have planted, planted wheat like wheat crops like gehu, as well a lot of mustard planted, mustard trees. So they have planted. And nowadays, just they are like doing hard work just because of them. Just they are like providing manure as well, like water time to time.
it
Nowadays.
is hard to grow the plant means it is hard to grow the crops in the winter season.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, so hard. If I talk about like nowadays, people suppose that they are like a clean, like providing water, like they are yeah, you can say providing water and in their field. So it's like now today or tomorrow, day after tomorrow, they will provide. So if I talk about like a day or night time, then you will go first. There you will go, and then you have to stay there until you feel like a fool. Like a fool like this.
full of water.
Yeah, full of water.
Okay. So you means farmer has to stay full night.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right.
Mhm. It's so difficult to stay in a wide area in the blaze because in the blaze they are so cold rather than to city area. So there
Yes,
is a
yes,
fog,
you're absolutely right.
too much fog
If
in blaze.
Yes, yes. And if I talk about farmers, so they are doing hard work, they do hard work. But if I talk about government, so they he did he doesn't think about them. Mhm.
Hmm.
And because of farmer, we are having a lot of things like wheat and rice, pulse, and any type of things related to meal. We are having just because of them, but we are not thinking about them. Why we should think about them? Because we are just spending our money and we can get easily. So that's why we don't have so much time to think about them. But I think we should think about them just because whatever they do, not for them, just for us.
And if we say like that farmer is actual feeder of our life.
Then yes, but no one think about them. If I talk about in if single person, then nowadays they are having a lot of problems just because, like you can say, weather